So today we will discuss where we left with the previous discussion. I told you that today we will be discussing the implementation of binary search, the algorithm of what we have already discussed. So implementation means just writing code, how to implement with C, that we will be showing you. Again, I'm telling you that practical or lab is not included according to your course curriculum for this particular subject. But still, I will show you, I will suggest you whatever you'll be studying, at least at your home, you will try implementing this algorithm, writing code in C. Because in real life, if you join IT industry, eventually write programs, you have to write code, right? And there's huge scope. You know that IT market or that company, this IT field will get a boom in near 3 to 4 years, or already it's going on. So there's huge scope for you people also to join IT industry, right? Got it? So it will be very easier for you if you are able to prepare yourself accordingly. Got it? Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So let me recapitulate the algorithm of binary search once again, and then I will be implementing that algorithm in your with C. Got it? Hmm. Okay, so let us start presenting. Just hold on. Uh, I think I have already discussed the algorithm, na, in the last class, the algorithm of
Yes,
binary.
sir.
So I think no need to waste our time to reiterate that algorithm again, right? So I will directly go to the C code, right? How to implement it, this one. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Uh, so I'm starting the presentation. The entire screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
The font
Yes,
is, the font size is enough for you. The font size, or should I increase it a bit? The font size is visible for you to understand, or should I increase it?
No, sir. It's okay.
It's enough, na?
Yes, sir.
Ah. So this is the code for binary search. I have written in C. So here, an arbitrary number of elements I have put in an array. So I have here, this is a declarative statement. You know in C what we need to do first. Whatever variable we will be using, all those variables are needed to declare first. This is valid for C. If you write programs on C++ or any object-oriented programming, you can declare variables as and when required, right? So this is C under extension C. I have given the name binary search.c. You can see the name of the file also. So here I have taken an array of 100 elements. It is not necessary that always you have to take 100 elements. I can take any number of elements, right? Okay, but how many numbers of element I am taking, that needs to be kept track of. Okay, then I've taken this number of variables. I need it. Okay, here there's a there's an variable flag. Okay, this flag indicates if I find the element, search element while searching, that flag, value of the flag will be converted into 1. And if my program is not able to search the element, means if the value or key, technically we say key, if the particular value or key is not found, it will remain unchanged. And eventually I will check the means my program will check the status of the flag, whether it remains unchanged or it has been changed. If it has been changed, means the value of the flag has got 1, then I can claim that the searching means data is found. Okay, so this is the purpose of taking flag. Now printf, input number of elements in an array. So maximum number of elements I can take is 100, but it is not necessary always I have to fill up the array. Okay, I can take 10 elements, I can take 5 elements, right? So how many number of elements you want to store in array, that needs to be confirmed. So user means the user will get this message after he runs the program, after he executes the program. Now that number of variables has been taken through this variable n. This n here I declared n. So in n I am storing that input number, that how many number of elements I want to take. Got it? Respond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of you, please respond. And you two generally respond, but rest of the others generally keep mum. It's not desired. Okay. Now next, printf. Again, I have to send a message to the user that the condition of binary search to be maintained. In the last day I told you, what is the condition of binary search to be possible? Anyone answer? What is the condition of the binary search to be possible? What condition to be satisfied? Who will answer? I discussed a lot about this. There is a condition. There are 2 conditions for the binary search to be possible. Who will answer? Who will answer? Answer me, any one of you. There must be a condition for the binary search to be possible, na? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You recall, I explained in the last class when I discussed the algorithm of binary search. I told you there must be a condition is to be satisfied for the binary search to be possible. It's different from linear search. In linear search, we don't need any condition. And I think I also explained the mathematical complexity also, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, so I started with this. This is a very mandatory condition. Otherwise, binary search is not possible. Answer. Nobody can answer.
That's sorted array. Array must be.
Exactly. So why are you feeling hesitated? Huh? Will I start scolding on you? It's not the next discussion. So why are you feeling afraid, or why are you feeling hesitated? Whatever comes in your mind, feel free to answer. Yes, you're right, absolutely right. The array must be sorted. Otherwise, binary search is not possible. If we get it in unsorted condition, we have to sort the data explicitly. Got it? Maintaining any algorithm. There are so many algorithms for the sorting, right? So using any of the algorithm, we have to sort the data. Then we will perform the binary search. Okay.
Yes, sir.
3 or 4 persons have left. I don't know. So it's being recorded. It's being tracked. Anyways, so let us come back. Uh, hmm. So that's why I can do one thing. If I get the data unsorted in unsorted condition, I have to sort it. For that, I have to write a code which will sort my input data. Or I can do another thing. I can ask the user to enter the value in sorted condition. Here, this message is for that. Printf input per value in ascending order. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That I have kept this message. So that user, after reading this one, user will that he or she has to input the values in ascending or descending order. I have a particular case in ascending order I have suggested. Anyway, then you know that whenever we will start storing the values in array, I have to take a loop, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
For each and every iteration, that elements will be inserted in the array. That's why, and I know that array index starts from 0, right? The
Yes, sir.
in index number of the first room array starts from 0. Okay, there are n elements, so I will be
Less
less
than n.
than n up to less than n, right? If it is 5 number of elements, so I will count this counter will count as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number of elements. And when
Yes.
it equals out of the loop, not this one. To n minus 1.
Yes.
I started with will continue up to I less than n, means I equal to n minus 1, and every time I have to increment the value I plus plus means I by so loop number divided by into array. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
put the value to be searched. So after all the values entered stored in the array, now the next point is I have to ask the user which value you want to search. Right? So that checks. Now like a bound F and L. First and last. Means index of the is 0 and to n minus 1 because number of minus 1 just
Yes, sir.
look up the last that I stored in L. F and L. You can consider this lower bound.
Yes.
After the each and as per algorithm, I have to split the array half for each and every time. The as by every array by half, na? For every
Yes, sir.
iteration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First thing we have to get index. How will you get it? Then 0 plus 4 by 2 means 2. Second one will be 0, 1, 2. Second one. This way it will just, it is taking the mid index of the mid element, right? Index,
Yes, sir.
not that particular element. To access that particular element, I have to get ARRA right? In what we get, there are but to every time we need it. And that is then if it is the element, and what I'll do and what the value of the flag by 1. It was initially 0, it will be converted into 1, and I don't need to execute the loop anymore. I got the element is found, right? Then I will,
Yes, sir.
so control will come out from the loop. Control will come where? Control will come here, okay, coming outside of the loop. But if it is not true, if it is not true, false, don't I have to share that particular less. If it is to be less than ARRM, so there, okay,
Sir.
definitely zoom takes place somewhere in the right side of the mid element, right? So if it is in somewhere left side, some place and left of the array, consider side, right?
Yes.
So array upper size means upper boundary L by m minus 1. Got it? That is what I
Yes,
have
sir.
done. Here I am splitting. I am discarding the right side of the middle element. That's why L is m minus 1. Okay, and that's opposite will be there if it is not true. Means if element to be searched is placed right side of the lower most one, right? This is discarding the array for the consideration, na? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm changing the so, so try to join the class in time. Got it? Okay.
Sir.
Respond. Otherwise, you'll be missing the discussion. And this is a class. If you don't attend the class right from the beginning, if you enter in the mid of the class, you will not be able to get anything. The of notes, just getting plus screen is
Yeah.
so the to x we are changing the lower limit and upper limit. Okay. Sometimes we are discarding the right part of the array. Sometimes we are discussing the left. Okay. This way loop continues until x which comes the middle. An algorithm in the I think PDF material, right? So exactly following that steps, that algorithm, we have designed the program. And after that, we are checking the value of the flag, what I started with. See here, if it is found only here in this case, value of the flag is getting changed. Otherwise, it remains same. In no other cases, only in these cases, well, when we are hitting the element, the if element is searched, the value of the flag is getting changed. Otherwise, it remains unchanged. So here, eventually, whether we have got the element, the value is found or not, that will be decided by the value of the flag. That's why I'm checking here, my program is checking the value of the flag, whether it becomes equal to the, whether it has become equal to the 0, and whether it's not been changed. If it's not been changed, then value of the value, this we can print a message that value not found. Otherwise, value found at position. I've given the position, which position I got the value, and which value I got. So these two variables, what would be these two variables? Here, this value, what I started searching for, that is x, and in which position I've got the element, that position is person B. That will be specified by m, na. But it is not, why it is not m, why I have written m plus 1, that you will answer. Let us execute the code, compile and run. What I got? Input number of elements, input, just let us start, execute the program, sorry, compile and run. Input number of elements in array. Input number of elements in array. Sorry for the word application seconds. Anyways. Input number of elements in array means I have declared the size of the array 100. So at most 100 number of elements I can take, but I want to work on, let's say, 10 elements, right? So I will giving 10 elements in array. Number of
Okay,
elements
sir.
will be in array 10. So let's 10. Next. Input 10 values in ascending order. I have to input supply 10 values. So let's start 10 by sorting in sorted order, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, up to what I will stop, 90, 100,
100.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. Got
Yes,
it?
sir.
Input the value to be searched. Let's say I have given 80. Let's see what my program says.
Okay.
82 is found at 8th position. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So let us execute another session, giving some changing my input. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Another run. Once I compiled, I got the object file, so no need to compile it again. Okay, whatever you were doing, that must be technically valid. I've so many students always you do what? Compile and run, compile and run. Now, once you compile successfully, then no need to compile again, right? So you got the object file. Now, if you change the coding, then you have to go for again. So let's say it is number of elements 10. So 5, 7, 9, 12, 30, 7, 80, 90. What all day?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. আর দুটোই দেবে তো
হ্যাঁ স্যার
150, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
না, input the value to research.
12
কত দেবো বল?
12
সব দেবো? পাওয়াটা পছন্দ তোর নাকি? আচ্ছা, ঠিক
না
আছে। Anyways, চল 12 value found at position. 4 ঠিক আছে 4 see here position 4 1 2 3 4 right
Yes, sir.
you are getting that particular position na
Yes, sir.
actually I am getting the position by the value of what by the value of m here you just
Hmm.
see the program here actually I am getting the position by the value of m na so
Yes,
instead
sir.
of why I have written m plus 1 and this is exactly showing the right position of right position had I not written this one I got the position means one position means less right position less than one isn't it
Yes, sir.
I have written m plus 1 that's why I am getting the particular the right position otherwise if I only write m then the position will be minus 1 so what is the
Hmm.
why I have written is m plus 1 it's very easy who will answer here I got the position by aim na here in this position aim actually aim my aim is the mid element na aim is the mid element is calculating right so here exactly in this position aim I got the element x that's why I got it na fine so instead of writing aim I put m plus 1 who will answer anybody
Sir,
ball who will answer
য- যদি m+1 দিই তাহলেই তো পরের মানে আমরা এটা পাবো মেইন জায়গাটা পাবো এমটা দিলে তো মানে যেটা সার্চ হচ্ছে মাঝখানটা পাচ্ছি তারপরে আগে বা পরে আমরা সেটা তো সার্চ করি
হলো না আমরা তো মাঝখানেরটা যেখানে আমরা সার্চিং আমার লজিকটা মাঝখানে এম সেটা তো ডেফিনেটলি মাঝখানে সেখানে হিট করলে তবেই তো পাবো তাহলে যখন হিট করছে when I'm getting the element actually that mid element is being hit and that is the position for the interest right so I
হ্যাঁ
got
স্যার
so mid element so that position is m so I have to write that position m now why I am getting writing m plus 1 I have never written m minus 1 right
স্যার
তখন কন্ডিশনটা স্যাটিসফাই করবে না তখন তারপরে পরেরটাই যেতে হবে ওইটাই বলতে হবে
না না সে তো স্যাটিসফাই না করলে আমার প্রোগ্রাম অলওয়েজ যাচ্ছে আমি তো when I am getting the bottom one না here see you just notice carefully if it is not satisfied then definitely it will come sometimes here this condition will be satisfied or this so according to this I am changing the value of L or F but this I am talking about when the value is found if it is not found here this is outside of the loop here in this loop means after I got the element so I found the element then I am writing that element is value is found and at that position so answer is wrong
স্যার
ball
স্যার স্যার জিরো থেকে তো
yeah,
অ্যাড
just a minute let me know what about the girls why they keep mom Bhagyashree Das present
Yes, sir.
yes. Sometimes what happens that you start recording, you start in joining mode, and you are doing in other tasks, right? So I will check. Bhagyashree, what
Yes, sir.
what do you think? Why it is m plus 1? Any answer from you? You have to be interactive, no, always. It may be right or it may be wrong. So no need to feel ashamed of. In engineering, ultimately after getting the degree, you have to be interactive. Got it? Otherwise, there will be of no use. Always you have to be interactive. So, Bhagyashree, any answer? Why I have printed m plus 1 and after that only I am getting the right position? No answer.
স্যার আনসারটা পাওয়ার জন্য করব m+1
তো ভাত খাওয়ার জন্যই ভাত খাবো এটা কোনো আনসার হলো আরে আনসারটা পাওয়ার জন্য আনসারটা আমি পেয়ে গেছি আমি লিখছি তো মানে আমি ভাত পেয়ে গেছি তারপর আমি ভাত খাবো তুই বললি যে হ্যাঁ ভাতটা আমি পেয়েছি তাই খাবো এটা কোনো আনসার না তাই না তুই কি বললি ভেবে দেখ তুই নিজে যেটা বললি সেটা ভাব কি বললি জন্যই আনসারটা পাওয়ার জন্য আমি তো এমও লিখতে পারতাম, m plus 1 লিখতে পারতাম। So to get the right answer I have to get the position number. I have written m plus 1. I could have written m, only m, isn't it? So instead of writing m, I have written m plus 1. It's very, very easy. See, array index, if I say a non-technical person, those who are operating the software, content user, we say, those who are operating, those who are operating for the passengers list, right? Means that booking the reservation, right? Those who are actually booking the tickets or any software, right? So the front end user are not technical person. They are non-technical person, isn't it? They don't know that what is array. They don't know array element starts from 0. They consider the first positions means 1. But we know the first position means what? 0. Isn't it?
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
First
0 plus
position
1
of
1.
the array is 0. If you tell someone that the non-technical person, first position is 0, একটা থাপ্পড় মারবো, তুই কি হচ্ছে আমার সঙ্গে? ফার্স্ট পজিশন আমরা 1 জানছি ছোটবেলা থেকে, তুই 0 বলে দিলি, 0 মানে কিছুই নেই, তাই না? তখন তাকে বোঝা যায় ভাই গ্রাউন্ড ফ্লোর মানে কি, তাই না? একতলা মানে গ্রাউন্ড ফ্লোর, ফার্স্ট ফ্লোর মানে কিন্তু দোতলা। তাকে এইভাবে বলতে হবে, যে যা বোঝে, তাই না? ক্লায়েন্টদের এইভাবে অনেক কিছু বোঝাতে হবে। যখন তুই রিয়েল লাইফে কাজ করবি, এই ক্লায়েন্ট আর নন টেকনিক্যাল, তাদেরকে আলটিমেটলি বোঝাতে হবে তাদের মতো করে, বুঝলি তো? তোরা জানিস, আমরা জানি যে অ্যারে ইন্ডেক্স স্টার্টস ফ্রম 0, সো ইফ ইট ইজ ফাউন্ড ইন ফার্স্ট পজিশন, তুই কি লিখবি? 0, তা তো নয়, কি লিখবি? 0 + 1. If it is found in the second position, actually কি, it is by the array, the array index will be 1, na?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
But that is actually second position for the non-technical persons, isn't it? So it
Yes,
is image position, right? So basically from the user, for the user I will write m plus 1, na? বুঝে গেল?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
Array first position means 0. Got it? The second position of the array means 1. Same starts from 0. Are you getting? At least you have studied array.
yes sir.
Array index starts from 0. The second position is 1. Third position is 2. Always -1. So now to make the outside world understand that what is the actual position, I have to write m plus 1. Right? That's why I have written this one, m plus 1. বুঝে গেল? Got it?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Any confusion from anyone from this code?
নো স্যার।
Confusion? Okay. No, I think it's 4-9. So now I will proceed to the next topic, that is stack. I told you that whatever we will be doing in, we will be solving some real life cases. We have to write some algorithm to solve those problems. Okay. And sometimes we have to sometimes we have to learn some tools of data structure. So we have to devise those tools. Using those tools from data structure, we will implement these tools to solve another problems. Right? Here, what do we learn C for? We develop something. Either we develop a program or we develop a tool, isn't it? So here there are so many tools we need frequently in real life for. These tools we falls under data structure. Specifically we call ADT, abstract data type. So we have to learn regarding some tools in data structure, like say stack. What I'll start now, that is stack. You know what is stack, right? From your childhood you are listening to this term stack. queue, right?
Yes, sir.
Right from your childhood, you are maintaining the stack and queue in your real life, right? So
Yes.
if you keep some books in a disciplined manner, what you will do? You will make a stack of this book, no? Okay,
Yes, sir.
pile of this book using stack. Stack means, and if you want to, means if you want to insert, if you want to keep a book on a stack, what you will do? Will you keep it in any mid position? Normally it doesn't happen. We just keep one by one, one after another. It's a top, right? On the top, we just keep on uh, means placing the books in our stack, right?
Yes, sir.
The value of the, means if you consider the number of books, that value of the top will keep on changing, right?
Yes, sir.
In queue, if you stand in a queue to catch a bus, you have to maintain a discipline. You will, or if you are supposed to book a ticket, you have to make a queue, right? So that you can purchase the ticket in a disciplined manner. So always the first people who comes first, who joins the queue first, will be served first, right? First
Yes, sir.
come. So it is not last in first out. In case of stack, which book you kept last, that will be removed first, isn't it? You
Yes, sir.
cannot any book from any mid element of the stack, otherwise the stack will be broken. Fine. So, and
Hmm.
in case of queue, the element which will be inserted first in the queue will be removed first. So, LIFO and FIFO. Stack, we maintain LIFO, last in, first out, and for queue, we maintain first in, first out. Now, here in data structure, um, we will discuss this uh, stack and queue as tools of the data structure. Now we will implement in real life, we will implement these tools in two ways. One, using array. We will use array to develop a stack and array. After that, we will use the dynamic memory allocation. Have you heard this term in your CS201?
Yes.
Heard this term?
Yes, sir.
Have anybody heard the term?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, malloc, calloc. Have you heard this term? This
CL.
function, yeah, that is linked list. Have you heard this term, linked list? It is the most crucial part of the data structure, linked list.
Linked list.
That we will discuss later. But so far the algorithm is concerned, you don't need to take so much a headache. But if you, I think, what is how to write code using this dynamic memory allocation using linked list, that is very, very important, because so many students from some reputed institute also, they don't know how to write programs using linked list. They theoretically very easy, it's very easy, but to implement this one in in coding, it's not so much easy, but very easy. But maybe if you are not taught in that way, merely reading a book will be of no use for you. That's why I prefer, always I prefer my students to show practically how to write code in linked list, right? If you just go through the books, you will get 200 lines of codes for a particular program, right? So it is not, if you consider that in that way, you will be scared of just to see the codes. So better you have to take the help of a teacher to make this code understand. Otherwise, very difficult. Anyways, so today is a general algorithm for stack. Okay, so let us start presenting for this stack. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, got it. My screen is is visible to you. Screen. The
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what you can see? What you can see?
Data structure and algorithm
Algorithm
stack.
stack, right?
Yes, sir.
Just what I did. That stack is an abstract data type. Okay. My assignment, one assignment with the, I'll be giving a question. What do you mean by abstract data type, right? You don't need to answer right now. You will think according to your common sense. You will write, not you will be writing from net. You will get a lot of definition of abstract data type. But I'm sure actually you will if you don't understand, if you don't apply your common sense, and that merely writing that, copying that definition and for my assignment will be of no use. You have to write by your own words what is abstract type. But my next assignment will be of this: what do you mean by abstract data type? So anyways, stack is an example of abstract data type. Is a common and generic word for the data structure. Okay. uh, in fact, all the structure or all the tools of the data structure we consider as an abstract data type. Okay. So anyway, stack is an abstract data type. Here we can see two examples. One is the stack of curves and stack of your plates, right? So in this way we can maintain a stack, one on the top of other. Always we just change the position of the top. Last in, first out. This is the principle we maintain. And generally, what we do generally when to place an element on the stack, we call it pushing operation, and to take out one element from the stack, pop operation. So push and pop operation, right? So stack representation, this is push means here 5 elements. If I push another element to keep the element on the stack, then there is a push element, last in, and here the pop. Then what is pictorially, this is the pictorial representation of this. Okay. So now basic operation is push and pop. Actually, I told you that you will always, whatever operation we will discuss in the data structure, each and every operation will be in the form of function. You have started function in C also, na?
Yes, sir.
So that in the form of function we have to write the code, and means it actually a particular function indicates a particular segment of the code which serves a particular purpose, right? Which fulfills a particular purpose. So push and pop, these two functions. Peak generally get the top element, how many elements in the stack, that keeps tracked by the peak function. And here, whenever, one thing you can see that if say there is a limitation of the stack, if that is always we have to keep track that whether stack is full or not. If say if you got a place where you can store maximum 10 elements, right? Okay. If size doesn't permit, if you can place maximum 10 elements, then if you want to push the 11th element, it will not allow you to push, right? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
if the array size is 10 and if you want to push the 11th item, so the system will not allow you to push, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
always we have to keep track whether the array is full or not. Okay. Array is full or not. This is full. Always you have to check. Whenever we want to push an element, you have to check whether the array is already full or not. If it is full, then we will say that not that array is full, so it will not be possible to insert any more element. And similarly, if we keep on removing the element, if we keep on popping the element from the stack, and at times when we will see that if the stack is empty, then again if the system, again my program tries to remove an element, what happened? You will get an error, right? So
Yes.
I have check while removing the popping up the element whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, I'll say no, there is no scope of, there is no element left, so no need of popping is of no use. Popping will not work, right? If at least single element, at least one element is left in the stack, then we can perform the pop operation. Okay. So every time, whenever we will start pushing, we have to check whether the stack is full already not, and if whenever we will be implementing the pop operation, always you have to check for each an element whether the stack is empty or not. Clear? বোঝা গেল?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
বোঝা যাচ্ছে? Algorithm. It's a generic form, general language. Algorithm means you are writing the logical steps in general English language. Okay. It means just leave it. See here, is full. Is full means if the maximum size of the array occurs, means the position of the top gets the maximum size, right? Array size. Then you can say array is stack is full. Otherwise, no. If there are 5 or 10 elements permitted to insert, the array size is 10. Then when the always that value of the top will be 10, the topmost element will be held by the top variable, so that top it becomes equal to the maximum size of the array. Then we can consider that array is full. If say out of 10 elements, if there are 3 books or 3 elements, then top will hold the 3. Again, if I push another element, top, the value of the top will be changed by 1, top will be 4, 5, 6, 7. This way, when top will reach 10 maximum size, then stack is full. Then if I again try to insert one element extra, then it will go beyond of the max size, so it will be false, so it falls. The is full means if it becomes true, then to alert the user that stack is full. In this way, if top less than 1, the procedure is empty. Is empty means at least one element is there, then we can say that stack is not full. And if there are no elements, then we can say that it is false either. Okay. So in this here is empty. A Boolean value returns means if my stack contains one element, then what will be the value of top? If an array contains one element, what will be the value of top?
1.
Huh? If array contains one element, what will be the value of top? Right now there are only a single element, so top is currently pointing to that position. 1 no 0 baba.
1.
0, the first room is indicated in array by 0. এতক্ষণ তো তাইতে বললাম array কোথা থেকে শুরু হয়?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, 0 থেকে।
0 থেকে।
তাহলে 0 এর এলিমেন্ট এর তোমার ফার্স্ট এলিমেন্ট, তাহলে টপ উইল বি 0, মানে একটা এলিমেন্ট রয়েছে তো ওখানে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
ফার্স্ট এলিমেন্টে তো 0, ফার্স্ট রুমটা 0 ইন্ডিকেট করে তো টপ। টপ ইজ 0 মানে কি? একটা এলিমেন্ট রয়েছে। টপ যখন 1 তখন দুটো এলিমেন্ট রয়েছে, টপ যখন আমার 2 তখন তিনটে এলিমেন্ট রয়েছে, 0 1 2 তিনটে এলিমেন্ট রয়েছে, তাই না? তাহলে 0 থেকে কম হলে বুঝবো দেয়ার আর নো এলিমেন্টস। ঠিক আছে, তাই এখানে বলা হয়েছে এই অ্যালগরিদমটাতে দেখে না ভালো করে, if top is -1 then is empty. Okay, return true. True means is empty, is empty, otherwise is false. So now push operation, what is the simple some steps. Step 1, check if the stack is full before you go on pushing an element. Start push operation, you have to check if the stack is full. If the stack is full, produces an error and exit. Error means stack you cannot perform the operation. If the stack is not full, increment the value of top by 1 and points next empty space. Step 4, adds data element to the stack location and where top is pointing. Add return success. Nothing else. Very easy. Push. First, if you want to push E, here A, B, C, D, these elements are there. If you want to push E, what you have to do? Currently, top is holding this, pointing these positions. So you have to move the top here first. Move the top here, then insert the element here. First, you have to move the position. Then you have to store. You have to keep that element on that position. Okay, this way. Algorithm for push is that is written maintaining the convention of the programming language stack data stack is full and deep. We are incrementing the value of the top first. Here we are incrementing the value of top. If it is stack 0, 1, 2, 3, means top plus plus means top will be 4. So we are incrementing the value of top plus 1, and we are storing that value data on that position. Stack is our array. The name of the array is stack. So stack top will hold the data in that position. Means here. Okay. This is stack. So array name is stack. Okay. In this position. Always, whenever we will be pushing an element onto the stack, we have to whenever we will be starting pushing a push operation, we have to increment the value of top by 1, and at that position we have to place the data. Right. Push operation. So here the complete means algorithm for C, the coding piece of code from C. If is full, not is full means it's not is full. Is full means it is full. Not is full means no, it is not full. Exclamation sign not. Not means opposite of this. Not is full means it is not perform the push operation, implementing the value of top by 1 and placing the value on that position. Else means it is full, then could not insert the data. Stack is full. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pop-up step 1 checks the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, produce an error and exit. If the stack is not empty, element at which top is pointing, decrease the value of the top by 1, return success. Pop. We want to pop the element E. So we have to first pop out the element. Still that top is pointing here, but we have to change the value of top so that top actually points to the topmost element which is present on the stack. So we have to remove, we have to subtract the value of the top by 1. The top is right here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Value of the top was 4. After removing this, we have to change the value of the top by 0, 1, 2, 3. Got it? The top minus minus will be there. Similarly, this one we are doing here. Okay, just opposite of here. This is empty, not is empty. When it's not empty, then we can at least there is some elements. So we are storing that topmost element on a temporary variable data, and we are decreasing the value of top by 1, return data. Which value we have removed from the stack, which value we have popped from the stack, that has to be returned. Okay, and if it is not is empty and could not retrieve the data, means stack is empty. Got it? So that's all for the today's class, today's session. So I think you have understood. Any confusion on this class? From any one of you? Any confusion?
No, sir.
All. কারো কোনো confusion আছে?
No, sir.
No, sir.
নেই তো?
No, sir.
So I'll be by today or tomorrow I'll be giving some assignments from this week. You have to submit the assignments in time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Obviously, I told you that you have to be careful about the attendance. I have had a discussion with your HOD, Jana sir, this attendance. The steps will be taken. Those who are not in the classes, convey the message to them also. Immediately start attending the classes. Right? Okay. Goodbye. All of you.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.